Looter shooter, I barely knew her.
I hope no one else is doing a bit, but I'm doing a bit.
Daddy's got a pod.
I'm Casey Kasem, and this one's for the perverts.
Join us in our strange ritual.
That is time-traveling love smut.
I can only say horny in one season opener.
A medium amount of fun and an extra large amount of sweaty.
From the minds that brought you Giraffe and Amerisaur.
No regrets, no masters.
I got dick jokes to make, man. Leave me alone.
This is good. This is good for anyone.
This one's going to be weird. I'm very interested to see where this goes.
Hello and welcome to Debate This, the show where no one is right, but someone is definitely wrong. In this show, we take time out of our busy adult lives to talk about comic books, video games, and how Karlach from Baldur's Gate 3 is Garrus Vakarian for the 2020s.
Ooh. It's different.
It's different, but...
Okay, no, wait.
I can show my work.
No, okay, but like, are you saying it just because everyone universally agrees that they are horny for Karlach? Because I don't know how much more...
Karlach is I think the most popular romance partner.
Nope.
Is it Shadowheart?
Yep. Over 53% of all Baldur's Gate 3 players.
Even I know that.
Fuck. We're excited, Andrew.
Yeah.
Get dunked
Well, Shadowheart's tally. No, I think Karlach is Garrus because much like Garrus, Karlach is ride or die main character, one. Even though I know everybody's like ride or die main character, but Karlach's ride or die main character in a way that all the Mass Effect people are. But two, Karlach is also the one most likely to go kill a cop with you. So that's why I think they're the same.
I don't know if she's
similar.
most likely. I think she will. I don't think she's most likely.
I think she's most likely to beat up a cop.
Who's more
I'm
likely?
pretty sure
Todd?
Asterion actually.
Yeah, Asterion, certainly.
I don't know if we've ever had a conversation that's less for me. Can we move on, please?
I'm just as lost as you are, Matt.
Thank God.
I'm just good at faking it.
All right. Valentine's Day may be upon us on the day of the 13th of February, but the math gods, dear listeners, have shined on us this day, as it just so happens that this very episode that we are recording right now with our human mouths, set to air on this day, February 13th, is actually our 138th Debate This episode. Whoop. Now, that number means nothing.
That doesn't seem like an important number,
It's
Andrew.
not an important number, except that it is 69 times 2.
Nice.
Oh, boy.
Nice,
it's so
nice,
dumb.
nice.
So incredibly dumb. So, to celebrate a second revolution around the sex number, we decided it was high time to revisit the prompt that we did for episode 69, entitled Mr. Toad's Uncomfortably Horny Journey.
I forgot about that name.
Yep.
Yeah, that prompt was turn a game into a dating sim that isn't already one. You may remember during that original episode, I brought along Punch Out for the first time. Kyle gifted us Pokemon: Leather and Lace.
I sure
Very
did.
good.
Very, very good.
And Todd made a fishing game horny, which was also not the last time.
Well,
So allow me to reintroduce our panel of horned up hosts. Kyle, Halson's Bear Hug Harper, Matt, Shadowheart's Clove Cigarettes Cole, and Todd, Lazelle's Stab Victim Thomas. But because this is episode 69 times 2, we've got to double the potency. We've got to double the potency of the last time we did this, so we brought on a special guest. Please welcome everyone, resident video game romance expert and co-host of Two Girls, One Ship, Jennasis, a.k.a. Gale's God Complex.
that one's too on the nose.
Thank you.
How do you give the type 5 on why that's funny to Matt and Kyle?
Yeah, help me, I'm lost.
Please.
Sure. So these are all characters from Baldur's Gate 3. Halson is a druid who turns into a bear a lot.
Everyone's internet boyfriend.
Yep.
I've seen that on TikTok.
Shadowheart is everyone's emo girlfriend, which Todd has mentioned many, many times.
The hot topic cashier that you fell in love with.
Yep. And then Lazelle is the insane Githyanki who likes to murder things, who is apparently the only one who likes to murder things.
The hot girl that's out of your league.
Yeah. And then Gale is the wizard who literally banged a god and then is in love with a god and then was stripped of his powers by said god. His whole kind of arc is like getting back into the goddess Mistra's good graces. So
he's a magical himbo.
Jennasis, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming.
I don't think I've ever been called a magical himbo. I'll take that. Thank you.
First time for everything.
To be clear, I was calling Gale a magical himbo, but, you know.
To each their own.
That can be yours as well if you want it.
Jennasis, tell me what you're working on. What's new with you?
So I actually am working on Baldur's Gate 3 content right now on my podcast, Two Girls, One Ship.
Yes.
It's been lots of fun. It is the podcast where we analyze, rate, and review all that the world of video game romances has to offer.
And did you guys just did Shadowheart, right? Am I remembering that right?
We've done Shadowheart, Halcyon, and Will so far. I think Will comes out very soon.
Okay, gotcha. Who is your preferred, if you're willing to? Who's your preferred BG3 romance, if you're willing to say?
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I am stereotypical. I'm sorry. I go for the bitey boyfriend with the bear side chick.
Yeah. That's fair.
Asterion just too elevated for me. I can't keep up with Asterion. I would just disappoint him, I think.
I really wanted to do the Asterion romance, but then I realized that I had to make evil decisions, and I don't like doing evil playthroughs, so...
No, you don't. We can talk in post-show about how to make all that work.
Yeah, well, I also fucked up Karlach's romance, so I did that. I got the glitch, unfortunately.
Didn't we all?
Yeah.
Kyle, have you played any Baldur's Gate 3?
I have played no Baldur's Gate 3.
All right.
Okay, good. Me too. I've also played none Baldur's Gate 3.
We can move on.
I've only consumed it through this podcast and TikTok, so...
I promise this is the last time that we're going to talk about Baldur's Gate today. All right, let's get into it. So y'all, everything outside is cold and gray and dead. Ergo, I'm going to need something to bring life back to my heart of stone. What we need here is more love. This is exclusively what we need. So pitch me a game or a series where we can infuse some good romance options. I'm not looking for a love story per se. I just want multiple suitors that I can date. Ideally, as I build relationships at key points throughout the game. Bonus points, much like Baldur's Gate 3, if these romances have nothing to do with the game's main story. Kyle, let's start with your pitch.
Yeah, Andrew. So I am taking a game from a beloved franchise that had a recent release that was seems to be a misstep among fans of that franchise. And to try and save face and try and get ourselves back in the good graces of our fans, we're already working on the follow-up to the game that just released. The game I'm talking about that just came out, Andrew, is Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. You know, famously at this point, riddled with bugs and cutscenes that fans of the Arkham series just do not vibe with. So, Andrew, that is why we are pleased to announce today, coming soon, the follow-up to Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, Suicide Squad the Justice League. And everyone, including Todd, Andrew, Matt, and Jennasis, you did hear that beep right in the middle of my phrase correctly. We at Rocksteady want to make sure that players know we're edgy, so we're putting a curse word in the title, but we still want to be displayed on the shelves of GameStop and Walmart, Best Buy, etc. So the censorship is part of the name. It's going to happen every time we say it this episode, and that's it. But yeah, Suicide Squad, the Justice League. That's it.
I have to know here, it's really funny in the notes because you have the asterisk written, but it's between the F and the U. So in my mind, it's constantly Fluck the Justice League. Like it's a TNT show.
That's also very good. I just did not catch that I did that until you pointed it out.
You can say it was on purpose. It's okay.
Real talk here. Have any of you watched any of this gameplay?
I have, yeah.
I haven't watched
dude,
any gameplay. I've seen the cutscenes.
It doesn't look good.
It looks really bad.
I super don't want to play it.
Yeah, and it's always online, and it crashed during beta when they gave it to all these high-level streamers to play it, and not great.
They had to pull it right away because it you started with a complete game and game 100% complete. Yeah, it's been rough. That's why we're fixing it, Todd.
It also just looks like kind of boring to play. Like it's just it's like Marvel's Avengers. It's just like a looter shooter.
It's another looter shooter.
Ugh.
Yeah. Bummer.
But not this one, Andrew.
This is better.
Not this one.
This one's
This
a
is way
looter
better.
shooter with romance options. We'll talk about it. We'll get into
Looter
it.
shooter? I barely knew her.
That's so good.
That's really good. All right, Matt. With that, let's get your pitch.
Andrew, the year is 20XX.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
Every good pitch starts with this.
No, he can't just keep doing its 20xx and getting
Matt
3
wins.
points.
One lone Marine has been posted to a dead-end assignment on Mars. Some mysterious corporation called the Synthetic Subspace Corporation uses the planet as a toxic waste dump, and they allow the military to test off-book technology on its moons. Our protagonist had a hard time following directions back on Earth, so they've sent him off to Mars to waste away. He arrives at the USC facility just in time to receive a distress call from one of the military outposts on Phobos. Even worse, the second of Mars's moons, Deimos, has disappeared. Now it's up to the last remaining Marine, our protagonist, to get this situation under control. Andrew, today we're talking about 1996's Doom.
Holy shit.
I know what you're thinking. How are we going to make 1996's Doom sexy? Well, keen-eared Doom fans may have noticed a slight change I made to the above lore. For those less familiar with the Doom lore, I'll point out that I changed the name of the original Union Aerospace Corporation to the Synthetic Subspace Corporation.
Oh, Matt, I'm gonna drive to your house and shoot you if you're doing what I think you're doing.
Oh, he's doing it.
Yeah.
In our game, the SSC has been working with the military to launch a bioweapon assault on Earth with their new TPE bomb. TPE is short for Total Power Exchange, and it will turn the world's population into easy to control, easy to influence, subservient citizens. So now it's up to the last remaining Marine on Mars, who we've previously established doesn't like to be told what to do. Flog, force, and fuck your way through bunnies, brats, and bottoms this summer in Dom.
Oh no.
Jesus.
A standing ovation.
Okay. It wasn't going the way I thought it was.
Wow.
Yep.
Matt,
Uh-huh.
that's so good.
I can't believe that your whole pitch could have been based on a typo in reverse.
Man, oh man.
Someone's O key was sticky when they typed Doom, and they said, "Well, no, hey, wait a minute."
Well, don't give away. There's a whole show we have still, Todd. We don't know how we
Fair.
got there yet.
Fair.
I cannot wait to hear how Matt came to this particular joke.
This could be another debate this cat situation.
This is the next debate this cat. Well, we'll talk more about it in the post show. For now, incredible work, Matt. Todd, follow up to that.
Yeah, I'd love to. Andrew, everyone else, I'm going to give you two numbers to start here. 1984 and 450,000. 1984 was the first year that we gamers were just blessed to have the opportunity to experience the glory that is Olympic Games in a video game format. And since then, there's been over a dozen Olympics-themed video games, not counting the one time that Mario and Sonic went to Tokyo, obviously. That other number, 450,000. That's the number of condoms that were distributed to the athlete village at the Rio 2016 Olympics.
God.
Well, I'm just going to get to the chase here. The Olympics are horny as hell. It's just what it is. Thousands of 20 and 30-year-olds are living like juiced up freshmen with no outlet to spend their energy outside of like the few minutes or sometimes less that they have to compete over the course of the few weeks that they're stuck there. They're just living there in dorms, overeating, and just hanging out and just fucking. And so let's just think ahead. That was 2016. 2020 was similar. In 2024, the Olympics are being held in Paris, the city of love. That will be no exception. And undeniably, it's going to be even hornier. So we need a game that will represent that as well, because it's also going to be horny. So we're going to get the 2024 Olympic Games, but horny. And today I'm going to be sharing how that'll happen. And I'll be talking about how the Olympics motto of faster, higher, stronger, together will be all too apt when it's all those things, but then also very horny.
There are so many heads shaking. Just
It's almost like the Daft Punk song, but horny.
sure.
It's almost like that.
It's
You could
almost like
say.
that. I asked for romance options, and the three of you gave me Newgrounds games.
I gave you facts that 500,000 condoms were dropped by
Yes.
duffel bag into Rio.
He didn't ask for facts, Todd.
Didn't need that fact. All right, Jennasis, bring us home. What do you got?
There's going to be more than one Eiffel Tower in Paris.
Hell yeah.
I am Jennasis, the girl who came hard out of the gate with jokes last time and hopes to not disappoint again today. When I was invited back on the show, I really had to think about what video games I play. Most of the games that I play are heavy RPGs that already have some form of love, lust, or romance in them. Or are games that really, really shouldn't have romance in them. If any of you brought a new Sin with Sonic, or have decided to travel the path of Animal Crossing the Line, that's on you.
That's good.
That's really
It's
good.
good.
Yeah, that's good.
Distinguished members of the DT triple exclamation point HQ, I am here to breathe new life into a game older than any one of us assembled here today. Created in 1985 and played by probably a literal billion people, I bring to you the new and improved The Shape of Us, a Tetris dating game.
Holy shit.
Good. Good.
That's really good. That's a very, very good title.
Thank you.
Ed Sheeran plays in the background.
Rehashing another classic debate this
Yeah.
topic, too. Great.
The Shape episode was a good one. I liked that.
Oh my God.
Wow. All right. Well, I am excited. I'm excited to get into this. So let's jump in. So you guys, everybody knows the best parts of love are the material goods that you can earn from it, right? The stuff, the back and forth. For example, buying a bunch of flowers for your persona waifu makes them stronger in battle. We all know this. We can all establish this, right?
You can't. No, wait. You can't just say that out. Okay. All right.
So knowing that we've all established that as base knowledge, tell me, how will the relationships that I'm going to build throughout your game provide me useful mechanical aid in the game itself?
Andrew, yes, thank you for asking. So in Suicide Squad, the Justice League, your romantic interests are, as the title suggests, going to be the Justice League, which are also the bosses of this game, which may be confusing, and it is. But you will still get benefits from romancing your preferred Justice League members. The way the romances will work is you have your party of Suicide Squad members, and you will have the opportunity as you progress through the game to match one member up with a member of the Justice League as you play through their levels and work towards their boss fight. And what that will do as you progress the romance throughout that Justice League member's levels, that Justice League member may begin by targeting that particular party member less, and then may provide them with better item drops as the romance goes on, and maybe even special boons or new combos as the romance progresses. And then in the final boss fight will be where you can seal the deal, so to speak. And after you have paired your Suicide Squad member with your Justice League member, that character will receive that hero's bonus throughout the game. Say you romance Poison Ivy and Aquaman for a little surf and turf. You may
Didn't like that.
No.
you may have some extra water-based attacks with water plants to control as Poison Ivy. Say you pair up King Shark with Hawk Girl. You'll have some stronger animal-based buffs going forward in the game. The real boost, Andrew, though, comes in the final battle of the game when, surprise, surprise, the Suicide Squad and the Justice League have to team up to fight the real big bad. You will have different combos for every combination of Justice League member and Suicide Squad member available in that final battle, and they'll, cooperate, give extra attacks, and all the things you expect from leveling up in a looter shooter.
I love that you effectively just said that if King Shark gives bedroom eyes to Superman, Superman will shoot at him less.
Yeah.
Is what you I love that.
Yeah.
All right.
When you said the Justice League and the Suicide Squad will eventually have to face off, I thought you were going to say fuck. They just
Fuck,
eventually
yeah,
have to fuck.
we also, yeah.
You have to get the right ending to see that, Matt. To
Oh,
see
yeah,
the big
that's
Suicide
for sure.
Squad Justice League orgy. You have to get the perfect ending.
I hate how much sense that makes.
Yeah. No, who's the big bad in your version?
Solar, the giant sun god. It's a
The
Superman
giant
enemy.
sun.
Yeah. It's a living computer sun.
Sure.
It's a Justice League villain.
You
I
could
don't
have
know.
said literally anything. I'd have been
I
like,
know.
yeah, sure. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I did, more or less.
Clayface would be down to fuck. He's
Yeah, he's down to
Yeah.
clown.
No, that's the Joker.
No, yeah,
That's the
you're
Joker.
right. That is the Joker. He'll get down and dirty. How's that? Is that better?
It's different.
No, that's Clayface.
Yeah. All right. That's, honestly, that sounds more.
Icky.
No, I mean it's icky, but it sounds more appealing than the actual game he's basing it on. So, there's that. Matt, what about your crime? Why don't you talk about
My
your crime
crime?
now?
Dom, the game that I put together, Dom. Yeah,
Yeah.
So we have to dig into the 2016 Doom game to get some lore for this because 1996's Doom doesn't have a lot of lore to it.
I was gonna say that was that all like straight up Doom lore, save for the part that you said you changed.
Yes, all of that from above was straight up Doom lore from 1996's Doom.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so in 2016's Doom, we get some other NPCs, and throughout the game, you're going to earn the favor of these off-screen love interests. Because let me be clear, Andrew, the gameplay loop isn't really going to change. It's still Doom gameplay. You're just using different weapons on different enemies. That's all. So what we're going to have are some like off-screen love interests who you are trying to earn the favor of. Enter Samuel Hayden, the cyborg second in command of SSC, and an SSC technical switch operator named Olivia Pierce. Now, those are not particularly important names unless you care about 2016's Doom. What is important is that as you progress through the gameplay loop, depending on which of these two love interests your gameplay style impresses the most, they're going to give you different unlocks and upgrades and weapons and abilities. So, how are you to know that the technical switch operator actually is a little bit of a switch and has some different tendencies than the cyborg and what it prefers? So you got to play it out. And look, I get it. These two will whisper sweet nothings through your helmet as you tame these space demons, because they're definitely still space demons. Depending on which one you choose, you may need other people to romance as you unlock more, and we'll add some other NPCs. Like I said, the Doom lore is short, so we'll have to build it out, but we can do that. That's easy. That's fine. Jennasis has her hand on her forehead.
It's real easy. But just make some new characters. It's real easy. Not a problem.
Yeah.
Look, there's not a lot of Doom lore. I read the whole Wikipedia page. There's not a lot of Doom lore.
And apparently the whole BDSM word guide also.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sure did.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Damn straight I did.
How much time did you spend on Urban Dictionary today, Matt?
It was Wikipedia, actually, but
Oh, fun.
enough. Yeah.
Matt uses
Cool.
scientific sources.
Yeah.
Peer reviewed.
Kind of is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you, I committed a crime in these show notes today.
Todd, you got horny athletes.
I do. That's the whole thing.
Full bet.
So relationships, unsurprisingly, are going to be key to the success of every Olympian who's ever showed success. And Paris 2024's sexed up Olympics are not an exception. So your athlete will have to spend, part of their day working on their craft. Like they're going to have to warm up. They're going to have to do their time trials. They're actually going to have to compete. Like that's a thing athletes still have to do. But much like any other dating farming sim, you got to party as well. So like they can spend their downtime building relationships and trying to fill up those little relationship hearts over the heads of other athletes, you know, in the attempt to try and turn their competitors into bedfellows. So like, you know, make friends with that Russian hunk by gifting him the harshest vodka imaginable. And maybe they'll include you on their elevated doping scandal, just like the 2014 Sochi Olympics. Maybe you offer your Moroccan competitor some kind words and the directions to the best restaurant to find some fish chermoula. And he'll sandbag the lead runner for you, just like in the 1992 Olympics. It's just important to know that your hard work off the track and in the bedroom will earn you that competitive edge at your craft and bring you just one step closer to the gold. I realized a really apt comparison here that I want to draw. So we talked about Gale earlier. If Gale, what's his last name, Dicarios?
Mm-hmm.
If Gale Dicarios of Waterdeep is the magical himbo of Baldur's Gate, then Ryan Lochte is the swimming himbo of the Olympics, and that is effectively the insert here.
Oh yeah.
Like Ryan Lochte's on record saying how much sex all the Olympians were having.
Oh yeah. Todd, did you get the likeness rights to all these Olympians? Are we
That's a
doing
great
this
question.
with the likeness of real Olympians?
Kyle, name and likeness only extends past the borders of our country, and we're not. No, it's super true. This is gonna be just like before name and likeness was in effect for collegiate athletes, and we're gonna have a lot of like very standard looking humans in American or, you know, Russian or Canadian garb. A lot of like you get your own character customization. Like you make your own character. It's not my fault if you make a character and you know, name him Feichel Melps and he's a great swimmer. Like that's not my fault. No one's getting sued.
But on the other end of it, the characters you're romancing, are they?
You mean like Lion Rockty, the other famous swimmer? Yeah, no one's getting sued.
Okay.
I can't make this any clearer than I am, Kyle. This is all
It's all
fair
above
game.
board. It's all above board.
It's weird that every country agreed to make this game. It's so strange.
Lion Rockty sounds like the name of a bad guy in a children's cartoon.
Yep.
Or a really good porn.
Or really
Yeah,
good
that's-
porn.
that.
I don't like how much those two overlap in a Venn diagram.
Ooh, yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
We have to just sit
Well-
with that one, don't we?
Jennasis, talk about Tetris.
Okay. The shape of us. It is going to be part active gaming, part visual novel, part idle runner, and all shape smashing. You'll play a round of Tetris and you'll get enough points to pass the level. Then you go into the visual novel mode where you're walking around town, going to a club or a bar, or maybe the library or a coffee shop where you can converse with the different shapes. And then again, you assign tasks to be completed by the other shapes while you are back in the Tetris playing area. So there is idle stuff going on in the downtime.
Perfect.
Now, some of the dates that you might go on are with the cute blue jay that works at the coffee shop while she's going to college. Or that bad boy Red Z from the wrong side of the tracks, but really has a heart of gold because everything he does is to provide for his younger brother. Or there's always that nerdy yellow O square at the library who might have a thing or two to teach you. So, the point of Tetris is to earn points by completing lines to keep your board clear. Duh, we all know how to play. But what if your points weren't based on how many lines you complete at a time, but rather what shape you used to do it? The sexy S you've been chatting with? Well, he earns you more points now when you use him because he likes you too. But maybe you have been really hitting that O's sweet spot. With a shared love of Star Trek references, of course. Her line completion now adds multiple big O's to the board, making it a lot easier to complete more and more lines and gain more and more points because that's the whole point. Big O's lead to clearing the board faster. Now, those idle tasks that I talked about earlier, those are also gaining points with each of the shapes. Or not. You have to pay attention to the dialogue just to make sure. So make sure that you play fast and then you talk slow.
Wow.
I love the thought of did you say the O shape works at the library? I mean, listen, I think we've all got a soft spot in our heart for Smash Boy. And if Smash Boy's at the library, then we spend a lot of time at the library now.
I love the lore that all of the Tetris pieces are like at work. Like playing Tetris is like a day at work.
That's really good.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. And then it's like, and then they all go and it's like, they all go like on their separate ways, right? It's like, oh yeah, like that was a really fun shift earlier.
See ya. Yeah.
They all go home to their shape partners and
Yeah.
raise their shape kids.
Yeah.
I do have a question, Jennasis. You spoke of the player character often. Just to clarify, the player character is also a shape.
Yep. You are a shape.
Do I choose what shape I am as well when I start playing, or are we all playing the same shape from the jump?
I had it in my mind that you don't know your shape. You have to find out through other interactions with the other shapes.
Okay.
Shit, that's actually really good.
That is really good.
Here.
Holy shit.
I
We're all
like that
just
a
looking
lot.
for our Cleveland Z, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just a Z standing in front of an L.
Heart in my hand.
Oh, this is silly.
That's really fun. Yeah, well, we can move on. Uh-oh. I accidentally said yes to a speech prompt where I should have said no, and oh shit, now Gale is leading me into his tent right in front of Shadowheart. I definitely thought we weren't going to talk about Baldur's Gate more. So this leads me to my next question, guys. Does your game's romance support multiple paramours? And if so, how are you going to resolve that? Kyle, start with you.
Andrew, the short answer is yes, we do support multiple partners, paramours, whatever. But some characters are going to react differently or take more to convince to join a throuple than others. Your billionaire playboys, Bruce Wayne, Green Arrow,
Other examples.
other examples, they're up for pretty much anything. They're gonna be pretty easy to talk into a throuple. They're gonna be a easier polycule to navigate than others. But your more uptight characters, your Supermans, your Aquamans,
Famously uptight Superman and Aquaman.
Yeah.
some of your Green Lanterns, they're not gonna take as easily to the poly lifestyle that some of the other Justice League members are. And depending on how you want to shape your polycule is going to affect how easy that is to navigate as well. 2 Suicide Squad members with 1 Justice League member is going to go a lot easier than, say, trying to romance 2 Justice League members at the same time. They're going to catch on. They don't want to play games. They just want to save the world. So they're going to take a little more convincing.
All right. Who in your mind among the Justice League is the most down for a throuple? Who's the most...
Great question.
Yeah. Really, I can't believe we've never done this as an episode before.
Truly, yeah.
To steal content from another episode, I do think it is probably Batman or Wonder Woman are probably most... I think Wonder Woman comes out on top there too. The Isle of
Nice.
Themyscira
I see what you
seems
did there.
pretty sexually open.
I was going to say Green Arrow because no one wears facial hair like that without something going on.
Green Arrow may also be high on that
I thought
list.
it was canon that Batman was a very selfish lover.
Also, can we enter into the mix Martian Manhunter?
Oh yeah.
He does have that.
That's
He does
a
hunt
whole
man
different
thing
category.
going on. He does hunt man. Martian Manhunter takes on a whole new meaning.
Oh,
Comics are dumb.
what a
Matt.
stupid sentence.
Andrew, you're a professional. Nobody tells
I
you
just
how
made
many
that joke
lovers
about
to
Martian
take.
Manhunter. I know I am.
Nobody tells you how many lovers to take. You're the Dom guy. And the Dom guy gets to do whatever the fuck he wants. here's the thing. The way that you dom throughout dom the
I
game,
don't like that verb.
He just keeps saying it.
it might impress more than one suitor. And then the player is gifted more sexy ASMR injected in through their headphones via the helmet communication system. It doesn't matter. You can play however you want to. This is your experience. And when you're at the basement, when you're in the dungeon, when you finish the game, when you've gone the whole way to hell, because goddamn it, we're still going to hell, you get to choose. You're the Dom guy, Andrew. Don't you forget it.
That whole bit was wrapped around you being able to say that, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was the reveal of the title is Dom, and then the reveal of you're the Dom guy. Those were the two.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we got here. That's why we're all
those
suffering
are the
through
pins
this now.
holding one red string together.
Yeah.
Can I play this game? Can I be the Dom guy, or can I be the Dom girl?
Question.
Well,
good question.
so that's a phenomenal question. And there's something about Doom that dictates like you just can't change the player model. But you could be the Dom gal. You could be the Dom whatever you wanted to be. We can't change the character model because it's a Doom game, but
You're still going to
call it
have a
whatever you
veiny
like.
forearm, is what your model's still
Yeah.
going to have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Todd, your turn.
Yeah, absolutely. There will be multiple couples. Yes,
Yeah.
full stop.
Yeah. That's the only way this is a game. Yes.
It is absolutely canon that multiple Olympians have gone on record to say that the athlete village of the Olympics is basically Bachelor in Paradise, but they're not all competing to be the next micro-influencers and getting a Quip sponsorship. There's no room for jealousy when you're too busy housing 10,000 calories of protein and carbs and mattress hopping, all in the hopes that, you know, you forget that you're but one slight misstep from being jeered at by a whole nation of your peers for failing marvelously at the highest level of your profession and bringing home something shameful like a silver medal. You absolute fuck up. Like, that is absolutely, they're banging everyone. I've got more details. Lion Rockty is on record saying that he estimated between 70 to 75% of athletes were hooking up at the Olympic Village.
And we all know Ryan
Yeah.
Lochte can't do math, so that
Famously
number's
not good at
probably
math,
high.
so take those
Well,
numbers.
he can count up to 4. That's 3 out of 4.
Right. One guy in 2008 described it as more sex than Woodstock. Another person said
How
that
does
they
he
were
know? He
routinely
wasn't
hooking
there.
up. Yeah, no, he couldn't have been there. One person said routinely they were hooking up with 2 to 3 women a day. One person said that they felt as though the person they were hooking up with was trying to like collect a full set of like Olympians from different
Yeah.
countries.
That seems right.
Everyone's fucking everyone.
That's icky. I don't like that.
I mean, these are specimens of humanity. That, like I said, your whole like 3 weeks of the Olympics might be throw shot put once.
Right.
Right.
And like, what do you do for the other, 20 days and 23 hours of your time there?
You apparently still swing your balls around places.
Still swing your balls around places.
Wow.
Jennasis, thank you. Yes. Affirmative.
Yeah. It's also like, isn't it that thing where, to be an Olympic athlete, you have to like dedicate years of your life, like doing that one thing over and over and over and over again and nothing else.
Yeah.
So like, there is the kind of like, well, it's done now. What do I do with my life now? I'm
Right.
18 and
Yeah.
I've never done anything.
And who else is going to understand the life of an Olympian,
Right.
if not
Yeah.
another Olympian?
It's true.
We're kind of going full
Yeah.
circle back to like it makes sense why they're all boning each other, but yeah, like it,
Yeah.
and it also makes sense why the people that do the decathlon are not only the Olympians of Olympians, but are probably fucking miserable because they have to compete in 10 different Olympic events over the like 2.5 weeks. Whereas, like I said, if you're shot put, man, you throw shot put. Did
Yeah.
you do it? Did you do it well? All right, you're done. Like done with shot put.
Now, Todd, who's pulling more, shot put man or decathlon?
I bet the decathletes are probably pulling more. However, they're just so fucking miserable. Cause like one day you're like running a marathon, the next day you're doing
name
hurdles.
one
the
other
next day-
name one other decathlon event.
Well,
Todd.
there's 10 sports. One's throw javelin. I do know that. One's jump hurdles. 8 others after that. They're too busy. They're probably the ones not boning down. But everyone else, shot putter, pound town.
Shot putter pound town. All right.
It wasn't meant to be 4 words in that order, but yeah.
I do have one more question for you, Todd, and this is
Yeah.
kind of minor. What's the game here?
They by day they have to do their competitive stuff. By evening and night, they're romancing their peers to gain competitive edge at their. So listen, okay, not everyone here has watched the documentary about how the Russians were doping in 2008, and that's fine.
What a pull.
Yeah, I think it was 2008. Whatever I said earlier, I don't know.
This is
I've
the
got
most
number here
tangential
somewhere.
research you've ever done.
2014. Not everyone here has watched the documentary about how the Russians were doping in 2014. However, you make good with enough Russians at the Paris Olympics, and maybe they're like, okay, by the way, we're doping again. We're doing it. We're gonna get you some of that dope too. And you're like, hell yeah, my craft has just been elevated.
Still feel like you're not answering the question, but that's okay.
Yeah,
You can think about it.
let me ask it more specifically.
No,
Todd, this
yeah.
isn't to like call you out or put you on the spot, just curiosity.
My answers are bulletproof. It's fine.
Are we playing any of the Olympic events in this game?
Yeah. No, yes, you are.
And
Yes.
are they like Madden level gameplay or like mini games? Are they mini
I
games
would
in
say-
between romancing?
I'd say it's probably more like a fishing mini game in Stardew Valley.
Okay.
It is
it's
to
all
that
right.
level that it is
Single
that it
button
is-
press.
that is single button press, and it is tough, and you got to pay attention. But much like Stardew Valley or Harvest Moon, if you romance the farmer's daughter, she helps you raise your livestock.
There's farmers now?
No, but I'm saying
Same question.
It's a comparison. If you romance the Russian doping scandal people, they help you run faster than any normal man should be able to run.
So I can romance Russian athletes and their dope coaches?
Well, with one comes the other. Like you marry your partner and their family.
Zing, I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
Much like Todd's game he's pitching, he's lost the plot. Genesis.
I feel good about this plot. I want to make it clear. Sorry, Jen. I want to make it clear. Dom Guy didn't get this much scrutiny, and that's a crime.
Because Dom Guy's really good, Todd.
Dom guy's case closed.
Yeah.
I hate this.
Oh, okay. So, right, multiple paramours. That's where we're at.
Multiple paramours.
Yeah, we all
Yeah.
got a little lost
So,
in
did
that
you lose it in the
sauce.
Russian
Yeah.
doping scandal?
I may be crazy, so don't mind me while I Andrew the fuck out of this paragraph. Okay, now, a tetramino is a shape composed of 4 squares connected at the edges and not the corners. We all know what a tetra shape looks like. Tetraminos are a particular type of shape called a polyomino. When you form multiple polyominos together, the corresponding tetracube is called a polycube.
Wow, you got there.
Well done.
So,
Also, how dare you equivalent my
verbalize Andrew's name like that.
Equate my name with a bad segue. You are definitely on point, but how dare you?
You're not wrong. You're
What? You
just
say
out of
something
line.
Yeah.
So brave and controversial.
when I was meant to Andrew this paragraph, it was quickly throw a lot of information at you that you
Yeah.
are, yeah.
No, we know what you did.
Yeah, it
and
works.
It's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it works.
All right. So it is encouraged in the shape of us that you can form a polycule and have multiple consenting romance partners. Granted, all of them have informed, enthusiastic consent because consent is always key.
Beautiful.
Those idle tasks, things that you've been sending these shapes on to do, you have been sending them on dates with each other. It is not just you that they are dating. Now, maybe you think S and Z would be great together, or that J and L would slot up really well. But O and I don't really like going on dates together, so be careful there. Now, not all of your partners want to be in relationships with each other, and it's part of your job to figure out all of the details.
I love this like utopian society of tetraminos. Thank you. However, I do have one question that I can't get past it. It's So you mentioned earlier, Jen, the like Z's little brother, which I assume is L because it's one less block from Z. But how do you like square the circle of like familial relationships between the Tetraminos and the romantic ones?
Oh, I mean, like you wouldn't ever interact with the little brother. You just know that he exists out there. The only
Sure.
shapes you're interacting with are the romance options.
Does little brother look different? Is it just a smaller Z, or is like how that works? Okay.
Yep. You're just smaller.
I really like that they change in size but not shape. That's very
Yeah. It's the only way you can keep them distinct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
I like that.
And then, of course, the colors change through each gameplay. You know, you're never going to meet the same shape twice. You know, their personalities might change. So the O might not be the nerdy one every time. She could be the one working at the coffee shop instead. So there's a whole wild magic table to go along with it.
Got to keep that replayability up.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Awesome. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. But before we do, let me just quickly go through our super secret bonus question. Surprise, we're not done talking about Baldur's Gate 3. So, Larian Studios called and they want to do a co-promote with their best-in-class game of 2023, Baldur's Gate 3. However, they aren't interested in incorporating any of the like boring D&D stuff. They just want one of their hypersexual main party characters as another romanceable option in your game. So, when we come back from break, I want you each to tell me who are you bringing in from Baldur's Gate 3 and how are you going to ram jam them into your game. And we will be right back after this. All right, we're back. Once again, that super secret bonus question is, we're doing a co-promote with Baldur's Gate 3. However, we're not incorporating any of that boring D&D stuff. So each one of you, one by one, is going to tell me which of the main party characters from Baldur's Gate 3 you're going to incorporate into your game and how. Let's start with you, Kyle.
Yeah, Andrew. I don't know a ton about Baldur's Gate 3, but I did listen to the conversation you all had at the beginning of this episode and thought
Great.
one most likely to steal a cop's gun sounded like a good fit to join the Suicide Squad. So we're going to put Astarion in the Suicide Squad. The vampire rogue aspect of him fits into like 3 or 4 different Justice League members, rogues galleries anyway. It's pretty easy to justify him being there. And yeah, he will be the sexy hedonistic male member of the Suicide Squad to round out your party and your throuple.
That fits.
Honestly, from what I know about both of those groups, that does fit really well. Cool. Matt.
Hey, yeah, Andrew, easy answer. Like I said, still kind of a Doom game, still going to hell, still doing demons. It's Karlach.
Sure.
Demon. Hell. You get it.
Well, she's a double, or she's a tiefling, but she's got double.
You
blood.
get
Yeah,
it.
racist.
Yeah.
You get it.
Just say it one more time, Matt. He'll get it.
Yeah.
You get it.
All right. Yeah, your witness. Is there anything
Oh,
else you want?
God.
I want Matt to keep saying you get it.
Sorry, it totally fits because Karlach's sex scene is still broken, and so even if you're playing as a male avatar, she pegs you. So she fits in Dom Guy.
Jennasis said it, not me.
Okay.
Don't act like you knew that, Matt.
Yeah.
You get it.
You
There
get
it
it.
is.
you didn't show your work. You don't get full credit.
All right, Todd.
Yeah, I was going to say Karlach, but I'll switch it and say Lae'zel. I think that she would make it perfectly in the hyper-competitive, sometimes violent, hyper-sexual when it comes down to getting what you want Olympic Village. Also, I bet she's probably good at a number of Olympic events that I would list here if I had them ready, but I don't. And so I just think that the Githyanki training of spears and swords and acrobat, yeah, it's great. You get it. Lae'zel,
You get it.
do it.
We get it.
You get it?
You get it. You get it.
You get it.
I got it.
We get it. Jen.
There is one person in Baldur's Gate 3 that came to mind, loves cities, desperate for physical connection, and would love spending every day discovering something brand new on another plane of existence. Karlak is going to bring a new twist to Tetris.
Honestly, we all just could have gotten really horny with Karlak here.
Yeah. And for super duper secret bonus points, if I was to send Larian a gift from my game, it would be 2 squares in a line, because I'm pretty damn sure you can ram jam that configuration into a lot of situations in Baldur's Gate 3.
Nice.
Just a
I'm
big
talking
floating.
swords.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
sword. Yeah.
Or an axe.
Jennasis, what shape would Karlak be?
So I actually thought about this, that her body is a central line, and then she's got squares. Like she is a polycule on her own.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was actually imagining it more of like a Muppet movie situation where it's just Karlak, just like fully 3D.
Karlak.
Yeah, just like fully 3D Karlak, put a bunch of Tetris cubes.
That works too. I like that.
Karlak is the Michael Caine. of
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
game.
Right. Yeah. Awesome. All right, closing statements. Let's hear them. Kyle, why should I pick you?
Yeah, we've got all your favorite DC characters boning down. I mean, I don't know what else I need to say to sell you on this game.
You get it.
You get it. You get it. You get it.
Great.
You get it.
Restate the title. All right. Matt.
Andrew, come on. Dom. It's incredible. It sells itself. There is an infinite amount of brand deals and partnerships of weapons, hard quotes, that we could put in the game. Easy. Battle Pass sells itself. No problem. Done. Dom.
I was going to say, if you say you get it one more time, I'm going to end this call.
I don't think I have to say it, man.
Yeah.
I think you get it.
Matt has said a lot of outlandish things today, but the fact that we made it to the very end and then he tells us that we also have a battle pass to deal with is a crime. And we can't let him get away with it.
No.
Todd, we all have our own battle passes that we're dealing with.
we each have our own battle pass to bear.
Why does love always feel like a battle pass?
Yeah, okay.
Can love bloom even in a battle pass?
Stop.
Okay. Andrew, the Olympics, wildly horny. We've known this for at least a decade, maybe even further back. We, as a society, are missing out by not offering, back to us piggy slobs that sit around judging those specimens of humanity, the opportunity to roleplay as one in a work by day, party by night way. Think of it this way. Let us heal the international divides and maybe create a few new fun and flirty sexy ones that exist across our beautiful world through 2024 Paris Olympics, but horny.
Ugh.
Further, faster, stronger, together, and horny.
That was gross.
That was gross.
Really
Yeah.
gross.
Not great.
And Matt just said Dom guy 17 times on our podcast, and that was gross.
Todd's was grosser than mine.
That's our no.
I don't think that's the first time that's been said on this podcast.
That's
Nope.
also no.
Not true. That's very true.
You get it.
Jen, please. Please do something good.
The Shape of Us, a Tetris dating game where our lines will help you hit that O.
The thing is, in the back of your head, it's coming. You just can't be
That's
ready
what she
for
said.
it. I know. I knew that was, yeah.
Wow. That's really good. It's just really fucking good. All right, y'all. I need to take a cold shower while the rest of you give each other some good vibes.
Yeah. Who's first after me? Matt, circling the square of
game.
Dom and Dom guy is certainly something commendable. I like I don't want to discount it. Good bit, and I can't give a better compliment than that. Just good bit, Matt. Todd, I really thought this whole time, up until you started, you were going to do Mario and Sonic at the 2020 Olympics. And I gotta admit, I'm disappointed that you didn't. But I think this game has legs. I think
a lot of legs.
A lot of legs. Breaking up your typical Olympics shovelware game with the ability to romance other Olympians is a good way to liven up the genre, I guess. And Jennasis, I just love everything about the like Tetris Krakoa society you have made, where like these Tetris pieces are filling out the society, like roles in society, and hooking up after work at the Tetris mines, and just so good.
Tetris mines.
Oh man, yeah, Kyle, very good. The Justice League is excellent, and like I still use Facebook sometimes, and for whatever reason, Facebook gives me a lot of
I'm sorry
videos that are made by like, I don't know, meme pages harvesting engagement that do clips of video games where they try to make new release video games look cool. And the content that I've been fed on Facebook of people trying really hard to make Kill the Justice League look good is very funny. So I like that a lot, and I think it's a great idea. Todd, 2024 Olympics, they're going to be real horny, and they're going to be in Paris. So nothing that you said today was inaccurate, and I think that there's something to be said for that. Okay. Jennasis, I also, like Kyle, love the Tetris community. Like the fact of all of the Tetris pieces like falling all day and then being like, all right, that's the bell, time to leave.
The whistle blows, they all punch a time card.
It's a living.
That's really funny. I really like that a lot. That's very good.
Kyle, much like Matt said, the game you based your game off is bad. And I think what you've made, this could turn around in like 6 months and people would be like, oh yeah, I'll play that now. Like that I'd do.
Yeah, we're going for the cyberpunk strategy with this one.
like I like to think that they just sell the rights off and they're like, scrapped game, not good. And someone's like, oh no, you just missed a point. You just missed something here.
It's a WB property, so
yeah.
they could.
Yeah, so I love that. All the couples and the thruples that may come out of the Justice League and the Suicide Squad, both extended teams, a lot of fun, a lot of potential there.
Could be fun.
Could be fun. Matt, Doom was one of the first computer games I ever played. And you took this thing that I love, this thing that I grew up with, and you debate this candidate by removing one letter, and you gave us Dom. Man, I will tell you, like, if you've watched any of the gameplay from the later Dooms, like, the models they're trying to make them sexier. Like,
They sure are,
like,
yeah.
models are looking not like the old pixelated bits. And I don't like that this might be the evolution of where this game's going. That's going to lead somewhere. I will say the one thing that I was surprised today is that you didn't reference the 2006 Doom movie.
Yeah.
Really missed opportunity.
Really not
I
on
think.
brand.
Yeah.
I know.
It didn't have
know.
Tim Allen in it. That was the problem.
No, but it's got
Not The
it's
Rock
got a
in it.
Sweaty the Rock in it,
It
though.
does have
and that's-
Sweaty the Rock in it.
that's certainly one of our main characters.
When they refer to the BFG as a big fucking gun instead of the biofuel gun. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Yeah,
I watched that
yeah.
movie.
Here's the thing. I watched like a 16-minute all the lore of Doom video, and they hit the 2006 movie, and they were like, nope, don't skip it. And I was like, oh man, is it that bad? And I read the first paragraph of the 2006 Doom wiki, and it just didn't fit the bit. So
Yeah.
had to get cut.
Yeah.
Cut for time, you know?
It's better. It's better that way. Maybe we'll talk more about it in the post show. Jennasis, love all the things that both Kyle and Matt said. I think I'm gonna give you a different compliment. There is something wholesome and poetic about equating romance options to Tetris, and the like through line answer that is like your missing piece, or like the piece that completes yours. Like in this weird, sexy, horny thing we've done here, that's wholesome. And I really, really like that.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what it's been lately. I've been on a wholesome kick, and I decided to bring a wholesome video game today.
We all go through our villain arc
Someone
at some
had
point.
to.
Yeah.
Kyle. Oh, okay. I would play this game. I think that it would be really, really fun and interesting to go through dating the different and creating different thruples, different polycules, different everythings. And it was beautiful. I loved it.
Thank you.
Matt, I am so proud of you. The last time that I was on this show, you had no idea what the word subspace meant. You talked about taboo goo in subspace.
He did.
And you obviously went and did more research. And I would like to say, as somebody who has extensive knowledge on this topic, you used all of your terminology correctly.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I tried really hard at that. I tried harder at that than I did at the Doom lore.
Well, one is just unarguably more important than the other.
Yeah.
Yes, true.
We all agree.
Oh, Todd, I have watched so many Olympics documentaries that I was with you on all of those facts.
Hell yeah.
Even the blood doping one, and I was like, A is for athlete needs to come up at some point for here. So great job. I understood your game. I got that we were doing the sports in the daytime and the fucking at the nighttime.
Thank you. Maybe I should have laid it out more direct like that. It was too high concept for Andrew, I think.
Yeah, well, I don't get a lot of things. Cool. Well, I've got a decision, and I'm gonna give that decision because that's how we do this. So, Kyle, starting with you, you didn't win.
Beans.
Yeah, beans. Kyle, you you brought together a very good game, like a really fun sounding game. Unfortunately, that game has already been done. It's called Marvel's Midnight Suns. Very good game. But regardless, it still sounded really fun, and I would very much play your game over the real version of the Justice League game, because I will not play playing it.
That's all I was going for.
Yep. Todd, you painted a very colorful picture of an interesting, like, in-game universe, like this
It's a
kind of
flesh-colored picture.
I'm trying to say something nice here. You're making it real hard.
Please continue.
You created this really fun kind of in-universe using a lot, and you did a lot of research. You knew a lot about Olympics. I'm guessing it has a lot of the same color as when you brought up the 1920s Olympics, like 7 months ago. A little bit of residual knowledge there, but it's okay.
Todd's been on an Olympics kick.
He's a little bit of an Olympics guy. Still don't really understand what the game is, but I can't divorce Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games from your thing.
That's fair.
I can't give you the W. Matt, you brought a really, really funny bit.
Thanks, man.
Dom Guy is good. Dom Guy is really funny. It's really good. Well done.
Thanks.
But you also didn't win because Jennasis did all three of those things.
Right.
Jennasis created a really fun game in an incredibly wholesome and interesting universe of all of these like Tetris pieces that, like we've said, just kind of exit the Tetris salt mines, as it were, and go about their day in very real human society. And also brought a really fun bit with it. So Jennasis gets the W easily. But well done, everybody. But really just well done, Jennasis.
I don't feel like that easily was necessary, but okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Kick us while we're down.
Yeah, well, you guys will make it. Well, that'll do it. Thanks, everybody, for listening in to Debate This. You can follow along with the arguments on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Debate This Cast, or on our website at debatethiscast.com. Merch! We have that. That's how we write this liner. Yeah, but we do have merch. You can go on the internet, and all you need to do is head to our Redbubble page and give us your money. As we've stated, our Redbubble page does not have a cool and easy URL, so check out the show notes or go to debatethiscast.com and click the support the show